simple in one's life. But how difficult it has become. The most simple things have become the most difficult things for us. That is the sorry state of affairs for we people of Kali. Anything else we are missing out? If you think of in Krishna consciousness, you remember the 3 levels we discussed on our very first day? That was Sunday? Friday. The 3 levels of understanding in Krishna consciousness. Who remembers the 3 levels? The first, okay, I give you. The first we discussed. We understand immediately as soon as we come in contact with Krishna consciousness, so many aspects. Immediately we understand. Like the futility of this material world, prasadam, makes us go crazy. Like that. What is the second level? We understand aspects of Krishna consciousness after a while practicing. So, things which appear to be very easy in the beginning, like chanting, it appeared so easy for us that what's the big deal? Just have the mala, finger it, and 108, that's it. 10 minutes and it's done. And sometimes we become so adept. 16 rounds, after few years we become so adept in chanting that 16 rounds, 1.5 hours, done. Like this, snap of fingers and we finish our 16 rounds. And we feel so proud about that. I finished my 16 rounds in just 1.5 hours. Look at my speed. I'm advancing. So just because the speed of your chanting, of finishing your rounds has increased, doesn't mean that we are advancing. It might be like running on a treadmill. You're running so fast on a treadmill, so fast. You're sweating, puffing and panting. Where are you reaching? The question is, kahan pahunche gaya? At the same place. So herein, tonight, we have taken up this question, how to handle difficult situations. Are you all interested? To handle difficult situations. Let's begin with what are the daily job modes at work. How Monday face look like. How a face on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Look at Friday now. Already worked up. Wow, look at Saturday. Sunday night. It's a frightful night. Once again, Monday is going to come. The Monday morning blues. Have you heard of them? Yes. The Monday morning blues. One time, a man, he came home early. And his wife, she asked, how come you are so early? Generally you come back by 6. How come you are so early? It's just 4. And he said, my boss called me home. My boss called me in his office and he shouted at me. And as he was shouting at me, he said, go to hell. I followed him. The point is, nowadays, people at home, they have a more stressful life than at work. So, it's just on a lighter side that we find these days, and our moods, they change depending on what? Depending on the situations on those days. Why these days have been assigned with a certain mood. It's not about the days, it's about the situations within those days. Just like today is what? Thursday. How everyone is so happy. There is a beaming smile on everyone's face. In spite of being Thursday. Because tomorrow is also a holiday. And day after is also a holiday. And the day after that is also a holiday. Don't remind of Monday. Monday is also a holiday.
For some people.
For some people. And then when it is for some people, that becomes all the more dreadful. If everyone is in misery, I love that. But if some people are in misery and some people are enjoying, no, that cannot happen. That is more painful. So material world is compared to this very fancy looking, beautiful mixer grinder. We have all used a mixer grinder in our life. So imagine a mixer grinder which has 3 blades in its jar. So those 3 blades is compared to the tritap, the threefold miseries. What are the threefold miseries? Who knows? Miseries caused by one's own body and mind. My dear friends, right now, the body is giving us some pain. There is no single body which is all pleasurable. So many times we have heard of this, that the potentiality of this body to give us pain is so much more than the potentiality of this body to give us pleasure. Is it not? We have so many limbs within our body. We have our 5 senses. And yes, it is said that these 5 senses, the Karmendriya and the Gyanendriya, they give us some pleasure. The eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, the skin, etc. When you interact with the sense objects, these senses, they give you some pleasure. But apart from those 5 senses, we have the rest of the body also. How much does the rest of the body gives us pleasure? Right now, if I ask you, you know the gallbladder within you, how much is it giving you pleasure? You'll ask, Prabhuji, do I have one? First time I'm hearing gallbladder. Yes, we all have a gallbladder within us. You all know? Where is it? Who knows where is it situated within our body? So many of us, we don't even know. We all are living with a gallbladder since so many years, decades. We don't even know where is it within our body. Imagine how ignorant we are. So if I ask you that, can you write an essay? An essay on the ecstasies which I get through my gallbladder every day. Huh? Can you write an essay on just 100 words? Ecstasies from a gallbladder. Pancreas, how about that? How many times have you heard, romantic poetry is being written about, the beloveds each other glorifying their gallbladders? And, my dear honey, I go in ecstasy whenever I think of your gallbladder. Look at the beautiful making of your gallbladder. It's so effulgent. And mesmerizes me. I just swoon in ecstasy thinking about your gallbladder. What a gallbladder. And how many of you have heard Bollywood songs of hero glorifying the heroine's gallbladder? Sounds crazy. But that one little gallbladder, if there is a little stone in that, and it starts giving you pain, the pain is so excruciating. In fact, I didn't even know myself where this silly gallbladder is situated until just this year, in the month of June, I got it removed. You must be wondering, Prabhu ji, gallbladder ke piche kyun pade hue? Because recently, just this year, I got that removed because there were multiple stones. And those stones, the doctor, when he showed me the reports, the sonography, what do you call it? The sonography, ultrasound, whatever. So showed me, Prabhuji, this is that gallbladder of yours. Oh, it's mine. This is yours. And there are so many stones in that. Then when he operated, he showed me the video of my own operation. It's this little, this big of a limb just beneath the liver. Don't ask me where the liver is. It's stuck to the liver. And they have to disentangle it. The operation, the laparoscopic one, I saw the video. And they have to disentangle the gallbladder from the liver because the gallbladder is filled with stones. And then they are called the gallstones. And then when it was removed, it was taken out because the only thing you can do, you can't remove the stones, you have to remove the gallbladder. The entire gallbladder has to be removed. When the gallbladder was removed, he removed the stones from within the gallbladder, put in a little bottle and gave it to me. Prabhuji, these are your stones. And while I looked at my stones, look at the bodily concept of life. These are my stones. Although it's a diseased condition, but the attachment is my stones. And I saw the entire operation. There was the surgeon, then the anesthetist, and so many other assistants, and the entire operation theatre. And I was wondering, for them to remove that gallbladder, which was so, intricately connected to the body and the liver, was so difficult. With a soldering iron, they have to use something like that to, disassociate it with the liver. And then again, connect the liver with the intestines directly, because the bile has to now go directly to the intestines. Otherwise, the bile would first get collected in the gallbladder, and then from the gallbladder to go to the intestines. Don't worry. What kind of class is one? So, my realization, little 2 pence realization was that to remove that one gallbladder, so many people were required, with highly trained for so many years and decades, they were required to do that. And to install that gallbladder, no one was required. To just remove it, you require a huge manpower, trained manpower. और उसको वहाँ लगाने के लिए कोई नहीं था दिमाग वाला. When people say that everything came by chance, can you remove gallbladder by chance? You can't remove that by chance. To imagine to place it in a place with its all connections to the liver, and there is a CBD called common bile duct, which takes all the bile from the bladder to the intestines. It's like a complex mechanism going on inside, and they say that it all came by chance. So ridiculous. Now, coming back to the point that what is the potentiality of this body to give us pain as against pleasure? Right now we are sitting, only few of our senses right now, I don't know which of the senses, but at least some of the senses right now might